This is my brutally honest trading advice today, and it's not to take from the rich. It's just brutally honest trading advice and how to trade. I'll show you a system today that's going to work for you. Guys, let's go into the office and let's go and talk about this together. What's up, fellow traders? I hope you've had a good trading week. Going to give you some brutally honest trading advice today. Probably something you don't want to hear. And it's as simple as this. Trading is a risky game. Most day traders that trade on the lower time frames don't make money. 99% of traders that trade on, say, a 5-minute or a 1-minute chart actually fail. I'm going to give you a trading system here today, and I'm going to show you how support and resistance or a supply and demand or a trend line can make it so much better for your trading, and how it will improve your trading to a point where you understand so much better that it's not in the system. It's just in the edge, and it's just about what's in your head and the psychology behind trading, because trading is all about being a 50-50 game. In other words, 50% of the time when you take a trade, it's got a possibility of winning, and the other 50% of the time when you take a trade, it's got the possibility of losing. It's as simple as that, guys. It's not complicated. But then you're going to say, but then at the end of the day, if I win 50 of my trades and I lose 50 of my trades, aren't I going to end up on a zero balance? And you're quite right to think like that. But actually, what we're talking about here is losing less and winning more. Because what we tend to do with our trading is we tend to follow our losers rather than our winners. But I'll discuss that with you after we've looked at the system. Before we get to that, just bear in mind that trading is risky. 80% of traders in general lose money. And if you don't like risk and you don't like losing money, you probably shouldn't be trading, and you should probably pack your things and leave it behind. Now, that said, pop down to the blog, get your free trade every day. I put a free trade out there every day. It's not trading advice, it's just an idea. It's what I'm doing, and if you want to follow it, be my guest. Enjoy the trade. It's free. And also, while you're there, there's a free Forex book. It's in the index, it's on the side. It might even be in the description here for you as well. Grab it and enjoy it. It's totally free, and it's just for information. For you, it's a PDF. So, before we go any further, let's have a look at the trading system. Let's have a look at the charts. Let's see how we trade, and then let's have a look further than that. Honestly, trading is not that difficult. Trading can be quite easy if you're just brutally honest with yourself, and you understand that if you take a trade, there's a chance that you're going to lose. Now, this trade, if you look at this, could be developing an upside down head and shoulders, and as I've said to you, one of the biggest mistakes you can make is to preempt a trade. So we're not going to do that. We're looking at a long trade here, and I'm looking at a demand area somewhere down here, and to confirm that, if you look left, there's a lot of confluence here. This has actually become quite a support area on the 4-hour chart. Now, you know that we normally go to the higher time frames to develop these in, but if you look at that, that's a pretty good area, so I'm just going to draw it in, and we're going to use that. And we're also going to take a nice trend line. We're going to draw it up here just to see where we are on this trade. Now, that trend line tells me that my worst case scenario is a stop loss down here, and my best case scenario is this continues on long and we make a nice profit. What is this? This is the euro US dollar that we're looking at. So let's take this trade and let's just see here. So if you were to take this trade, it would come down to the 108.55 or the 108.60, not necessarily the 55, because what you got to do, you got to wait for the green bar to pop out. You see, like that one did there, that would make you a long trade. So it's coming back to test this support or demand area, and then you wait for a nice green bar to come out of that, and then you take it long, and then you have a nice long trade over there. Put your stop loss a little bit higher up, easily done. So just move this up to about there. So your stop loss is about 1.0840. Nice short stop loss. Make sure you take it if it goes completely pear-shaped, and there's your nice long trade going up with a nice target of over 109. So that's a normal trade. Now, what you normally do when you take these trades is you go to the higher time frame, you look for the support and resistance. If you watch my other videos, you'll see we do that. But this particular trade looks really good if you just take your support level or your demand level, put it in there, you take a nice trend line, you've got a really good trade popping up right here. You'll pick up your main resistance is at the top here. We can draw it in if you want to, but there's not much, it's not really necessary, and normally I would use a line chart anyway, but your main resistance is up there, so it's clearly available for you to see. Guys, that's a simple trading system. That's that's how we trade. If you watch all the other videos, you'll get a lot more detail into how we do this and exactly the best way to trade support and resistance. So that's the trading. And now that you know how to do that, well, there's, I don't know how many videos on this channel that you could actually watch that'll show you that same thing over and over and over again. But what I'm trying to explain to you guys is that you need to manage your risk. So as we were saying just before we went into the charts, is that most traders tend to try and follow their losses rather than following their wins. In other words, what happens is they take a trade, it goes into a loss, and they double up on it to even out or to try and make the cost a little bit less so that they might just get the money back if it goes up. What ends up happening with that is eventually, even if it does go back to break even or profit, you get out very quickly because it's a relief trade. You're quite relieved that you actually got your money back because it was losing so badly and you'd added so much to it that it was actually a big loss. But in many cases, it doesn't go back and it just becomes a huge loss in your account. Now, what we tend to do with the profits is the minute it runs into profit and it's making a little bit of profit and it's looking really good for you, you jump out of the trade because it's making a profit. And any profit's good, isn't it? No. Not actually. The whole problem is you're making small profits and huge, humongous, giant losses. You don't want to make such big losses, guys. You want to make such big wins. So now turn your thought pattern around. Turn it upside down. Think for yourself, if it goes into profit, try averaging up. In other words, think of it when it's in profit as if it was in a loss and you didn't want to get out. So you just add to the trade to try and even it up the way you would if you were losing. Try and think of it that way and see how that works for you, because that's what you need to do. And then when it goes into a loss, try think of it as it's just gone into a profit, so let me get out and take the profit. Well, actually what you're doing is taking a small loss. It's so difficult to do this, guys, but what you've got to do is effectively turn your mindset upside down. You've literally got to switch your psychology around to the opposite way so that you can make money in the stock market. There's not one of you that can actually tell me that you don't think this way, because we all have, especially in the beginning. When you're taking a loss, you try and average it down to try and get out of the trade at a break even or a profit. Try and switch that psychology around and move it into the profits, and you'll see what a difference it actually makes to your trading. Hey guys, I'm rambling on. Thanks so much for watching the video today. Don't forget to watch the last video about great trading. Until next video, guys, cheers and bye.